That's what it really does. Where did God come from? Now, boy, that's a good one. Let me tell you, I wrote some notes down here to answer that one. Now, I'm going to answer this question in a direct way first, and then I'm going to explain to you why I answer it the way I do. And if you have any problems with the answer after that, that's what these are for, okay? That's what I brought these for. Now, the question, where did God come from, is answered simply this way. He didn't come from anywhere. God is not a thing or a person that can be or was made. God is eternal, and that means there's no time, no place, no how that he never did exist. Okay? Always existed. God can't come from anywhere. Now, how to explain this? What I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you an illustration, which is really simple summary of what eggheads call the cosmological argument. You can find books out there about this made by eggheads that use words 55 letters long in them. But we're just going to try and condense this down. I'm not going to promise you it covers every possible question you come up with, but there's always resources I can give you if you need to have more questions, okay? Now, here's the illustration. Now, let's say I'm just walking down the street here, and Nate is going like this. I'm Nate. What are you doing? What am I doing? I'm reading. Okay, what are you doing? I'll tell you what he's doing. I'm reading. He's going 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 1, 0. I'm doing that. You're doing that. I said, Nate, what is it you're doing here? He says, well, I'm counting down all the numbers, and I just finished. What's the problem with that? Aside from that Nate counting, what's the problem? Back row, I heard it was Nate counting on and said, okay, excellent. You get a prize. You're going to get a prize next week. You know what I'm going to do, Nate? I'm going to give him a prize next week. I'll tell you what that prize is a little later, okay? That's a very good question. That's a very good answer. The answer is, if he counted down all the way to 0, where did he start? What number did he start with? What's the last number? You know, tell me right now, because even I don't know what the last number is. Yeah. Thank you. There is no last number. Exactly. Is there anywhere where all the numbers are written down in order? No. Numbers are what we would call, all the eggheads would call, a potential infinite. Now that means there's an infinite number of them, but there's no way you're going to actually write them down and prove it, right? If you are, I want to know who you are so I can get you to do some of my housework for me. I got some things for you to do. Now here's the thing. If God does not exist, how did the world and the universe come into being? How did time come into being? You'd have to say one of two things. You'd either have to say the universe made itself at some point, or you'd have to say that time has always been going infinitely into the past. Okay? Wrapping our heads around this here? Get what I'm saying? It's kind of like geometry class. What's that line with the ray, right? I still remember that from geometry class, the ray that goes all the way in one direction and never stops. Well, sure, it stops on your math book page. I hope so, anyway. It's just sort of like that. Now, if Nate can't count down from all the numbers, he had to start somewhere, right? And so, likewise, time had to start somewhere, right? Because we can't go all the way back in time infinitely, can we? Here's the joke. If that were true, we wouldn't be here now. We'd never get where we are now in time. And so time had to start somewhere. And the nature of time and the world we live in is such that it could not have existed forever in the past. Let me ask you a question. When you make a sandwich and leave it in your lunchbox, what's it look like after a week? Moldy? Really? Tasty. Tasty. Well, maybe we can use it on Fear Factor next week. I don't know. Yeah, it's moldy. I mean, it doesn't stay fresh. It doesn't start making little sandwiches of itself. It goes moldy. Now, I use the sandwich as an illustration. This world is not the kind of place where things can go on forever. So that tells you that it had to start someplace. For the world and the universe to exist at all, something had to cause it. And that something had to be immune to the effects of time that ruined that sandwich, right? It has to be the immune effects of time that ruined this t-shirt right here. Well, okay. else the word God comes in, as in one thing or person that never came from anywhere or anything. Okay? You have a choice. You can either say that God didn't come from anywhere, or say the universe didn't come from anywhere. And my atheist friends, they take that second option. We and all the people who believe in God, like Jews and Muslims, they take the first option. And what I'm going to say to you is, you look around at the world, and the sandwich you had for lunch, and you decide for yourself which is more likely true. And so to sum up again, God did not come from anywhere. There has to be something that didn't come from anywhere.